Today has been an absolutely incredible day, man. There's been so many great content creators that have been able to put out Madden 18, Ultimate Team, Draft Champions, Mud Squads, whatever it is. Some great, awesome content. And a lot of people have had some very, very good things to say about the game, and a lot of people have had some not so good things to say about the game. And honestly, that gets me really excited. It shows that our community is very genuine when it comes to giving feedback, and that's what I'm here to do today. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the man Toke Nasty. I hit him up in the DMs. I asked if I could use some of his gameplay for this video. He said go for it, completely fine. He's been coming in clutch a lot as of late. You guys will see I'll be using some of his gameplay for reactions and stuff like that. The dude's obviously a beast. Like, if you don't know who Toke Nasty is, you obviously live under a rock or are like 3 years old. Make sure to sub to his channel. Links are in the description as always. But essentially, this video, I'm going to use some of his gameplay. Now, this gameplay is on the arcade game style. A lot of people were thinking, oh my god, there's so much fluke, so much random BS in this game. Just guys, it's on the arcade game style, so that's why it plays like that. If you're gonna play against your friend, you want to have crazy one-handed catches with Odell Beckham and awesome people with Randy Moss, yeah, you're gonna play on arcade style. If you're gonna play competitively, you're gonna play on competitive game style, okay? So that's the difference between the two game modes and why you're seeing this game played the way it is. Another thing, if you don't care about my review of the game, you don't care about my first impressions, just mute the video and then put your hand over the bottom right-hand corner of the video just the entire time. However long this video is, you don't have to see my face, and you don't have to hear me. So there's your solution. I had some notes and ideas written down on my phone. Some of the ideas that I had are from watching these videos, and another couple of ideas I had were from when I played the game a month or two ago, or however long it was ago. But first of all, from what I can see, the game looks very, very similar to Madden 17 at first glance. When you look at it, the menus, they look very similar. The gameplay, just looking at it, looks pretty darn similar to Madden 17, which is kind of good and kind of bad at the same time. The only thing that it doesn't have is it doesn't have the flukes and it doesn't have the BS. So when I say flukes and BS, you're not just going to be randomly fumbling because you're hit with like some random corner that has no hit bar. Like Deion Sanders is not going to make Marshawn Lynch fumble or something like that. The fluke and the BS are taken out of the game. At least that's what I thought, and that's what I've seen so far. Now, by definition, the competitive mode is supposed to be not as many crazy aggressive catches, not as many fluke plays, not as many overthrows, not as many fumbles. Personally, in all the videos that I've watched and all the games that I've played, I've seen like the exact opposite and the exact same of what I'm saying here. To make that make more sense, honestly, I've seen the crazy fluke plays and I've seen there be games where there's no fluke plays. So I don't know if that's exactly true, but it definitely looks pretty fun, and I'll get into that in a sec. But before I do that, I just want to say some of the positives that I can see about this game, and then right after that, I'm going to list some of the negatives. So first of all, I think the biggest positive, which might be cool for you guys, might not be cool for you guys, aesthetically, the game looks absolutely positively stunning. A lot of people say they might not be able to see the graphic improvement. I'm just going to tell you right now, coming from someone who does a lot of graphics, the graphics look just an incredible amount better. Something that you guys might not notice is the lighting. There's like incredible looking shadows in the game. The stands look incredible. The players look incredible. Even if you look at some of the coaches, like I saw a video from Toke where Jack Del Rio was standing in the silence and it actually looked like Jack Del Rio, not just like some random potato head like the coaches have looked like before. And not only do the graphics look great, but the actual like menus in the game look so cool. It's a different color scheme, which I get is like, it's like so ridiculously small and minute, but hey, you know, that's a positive that I really, really like about this year's game. Something that I can definitely see is that spin moves and juke moves and the whole concept of just being elusive is back in this game. A lot of people say, wow, it's gonna be crazy overpowered. Well, I don't know if you guys remember, you probably do. Madden 17, if you had a good trucking back and you just like flick down the right stick, you could truck literally anybody. I feel like Derrick Henry could go out there and truck Cam Chancellor like it was absolutely nothing. Sean Taylor, absolutely nothing. So there's always moves that are going to be kind of overpowered, but me personally, I really, really like the elusiveness type players like the LaShawn McCoys or somebody like the Reggie Bushes, the people that can have the crazy juke moves, the crazy spin moves. That's just more entertaining for me. I feel like it'd be cooler for you guys to watch on the screen, but that's something that is back in the game. The double juke is not back, but the jukes the jukes are back. Now, these are some of the negatives. Now, guys, I don't want you to think that I'm just harping on all the terrible things that are wrong with Madden 18 and they'll never be fixed and it sucks and you should never get the game, okay? Just these are some of the things that I've seen that haven't looked so good, and I want to give you guys my honest opinion. I want to give you guys the opinion of somebody that, like, literally works for EA, probably wouldn't tell you, and it's not their fault because that's the company they work for, but honestly, like, some of these things, they gotta be fixed, and hopefully pretty soon. So from what I can tell, especially from watching a video from iMaverick, I will leave that video link in the description as well, the zones don't really play well. And when I say the zones don't really play well, personally, from what I can tell and from what I played, it seems like the zones just play like too specific to what they're exactly supposed to do. So, like, for example, if there's something like a purple or a hard flat, like if there's a hard flat, the hard flat will go down and there's no way it will ever make a play on the ball of somebody that is like thrown over his head. So it will never stop a corner route. There's like a flood concept. That hard flat will never make the adjustment or make the play to stop the pass over the top of the head, which is just not realistic to football. That wouldn't happen in real life. Also, something that I can tell is that the aggressive catches, at least from what I've seen so far, there's been a lot of aggressive catching, and it's not just in the arcade or simulation game mode. There's been a lot of aggressive catching in the competitive game mode. So that's just from what I've seen. Again, like I said, I haven't played the game a whole hell of a lot, but that's just from what I've seen. Honestly, I like aggressive catching. I'm probably in like the 1% here. I like to be able to throw it up to OBJ and Julio Jones and get those crazy catches. For me, I don't really care about defense. I'm like, who am I? Who am I like? I'm like the 2008 Phoenix Suns. I don't really care about defense. I just want to be able to put up 50 points on you. I want to beat you 50-43. That's what I want the ending score to be. I just like that a lot more, that aspect of Madden, just me personally. But yeah, it definitely seems like an offensive-heavy game. Something that this game is very, very similar to, like I said, is Madden 16. Like, the gameplay-wise, I feel like in Madden 16, like, the offense was so unbelievably dominant that you could just, like, dot your opponent up and down the field. You could do pretty much whatever the hell you wanted. Now, on defense, in Madden 16, you were kind of stuck. Unless you were running Mike Scrape or some crazy blitz like that. Sorry, the phone's going off. Sorry, my phone was going off right there. Unless you're on some crazy blitz like that, like, you're gonna be in trouble. And that's what it seems like so far just from looking at the gameplay. But like I said, me personally, I know I've said that a billion times. I just want to put any of the thoughts in people's heads and saying that's what you should think. I like offensive-heavy games, and that's what this game looks like. Something else that's actually pretty good and pretty nice is that, yeah, everything can be patched. So everything that we see right now from the start of EA Access, there can be patches that can be rolled out. And Jake Stein said that on Twitter, that don't worry, we will be looking, and especially like Rex Dixon also said this, they're going to be looking at what people are saying, and they're going to be trying to patch that and fix that, and just to make the game better. So honestly, I'm excited for the game. The menus look great. The gameplay looks fun as hell. The cards look fun as hell. Everyone's super hyped to play it. Mud Squads is awesome. I can finally play with my subs and with my friends. That's an awesome aspect, guys. My last thing that I'm going to end on is don't make a final judgment until you play the game for yourself. If you think the game looks trash, okay, that's fine. Go over to a friend's house, play the game, and you make the determination for yourself. If it's trash, don't buy it. If you think it's fun, go ahead and buy it. But I would just wait for making that judgment before you actually have the game in hand or before you can actually play the game. Just because watching gameplay is incredibly important, but I can't exactly iterate everything that I want to say in video form right now for you to understand. Either way though, guys, that is the end of the video. Now obviously, like, this is not the full gameplay. It kind of cut off like at the very end right here. I'm gonna link the rest of this gameplay, like I said, to Toke's channel, Toke's video. You need to check out the rest of this gameplay. I don't want to use the whole clip or whatever, but guys, Madden 18 is just around the corner. I should be getting my hands on it pretty darn soon. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and guys, I'll see you in my next upload. Peace.